What's going on, traders? So, another Sunday where we're going to go over some stocks I like for the week and some more I like for longer term. What better time to have a little bit of coffee Sunday morning, look at a couple charts, talk about some companies. The first one I want to get into is Celsius. I will tell you one thing. I was never really an energy drink guy. I actually got Celsius for the first time maybe about a month ago, and I'm basically using it for if I don't have time to make my afternoon coffee, I just grab a Celsius. And if you're on the stream, where I stream during the week, I have been drinking Celsius because they are amazing. Um, Chart recently taken a huge beating, nice double top here. I think they came out with some data that said they were slowing up. Um, I still really like this company. I mean, obviously, I was looking to buy more around 50 is kind of where I want to jump in. This is like 50 to 48 is a ton of support. Um, but yeah, I mean, you can just see it. We've come down a ton, and it's all due to that data. And then I think there was some false videos out about some of the ingredients. Um, yeah, I don't know, but I like it long term until I see earnings that they're slowing up growth. But I mean, right now, Pepsi is pushing them because they're in with Pepsi. They're growing at a crazy rate. I mean, it's everything you really want out of a company, and this isn't the first time that they've pulled back like this. Um, these massive pullbacks are part of it. They actually have no debt, 880 million in cash, 21% operating margins. Um, yeah, and they have explosive growth. So this is one that I don't mind taking a little piece here, even though I missed my entry. And kind of, I'm going to just keep adding as we get lower. It's just, to me, it's just one of those companies. I think this is longer term. This isn't for me next week. This is a long term hold. Now, let me get into Robinhood. I never thought I'd say this. Holy smokes. Robinhood. Man, people are pushing to get their money in Robinhood. Yeah, it's crazy. They're doing all that high interest things. I think they got that the credit card out. Um, yeah, it's amazing that people like myself. I don't have an account there, but I know quite a bit of people that I thought would never ever get a Robinhood account. Is talking about getting one. Am I buying it up here? The answer is no. I need to see more of a pullback. I'm going to need to see it come closer to the 200. Um, this is the ultimate chart setup. I mean, the pullback into the 200 and then explode. I mean, that was amazing. Obviously, you can look back and say it was amazing. I just didn't have Robinhood on my radar. I I'm not. I didn't like their platform. I don't trade with them, so I kind of didn't have it on. But now they're doing a lot of other things. I got this on my radar, and if we come back down into the 17-18 range, I might grab some. Another one is PLTR. This is looking pretty good. It's kind of looking like it's going to come up and break. Kind of got like a cup and handle type going on. Um, this could be like a weekly breakout. They're in the AI space. Um, I think if you can see it keeps coming around the 34 on the weekly. If you get around there, I think that'd be the ultimate entry. I like this overall. probably not looking to buy it at this spot, but if we get back down kind of around the 24, 23 range, I'll probably look to grab some as long as we continue holding the 34 on the daily. Let's see what we got next. Lulu. Good old Lulu. Lulu has taken a beating. Obviously, earnings caused this drop. Nike had earnings recently, probably negatively affected in the sports apparel and the whole thing. But I'm kind of liking it. You could see the lows right here, 287. I think I might take a stab at it as long as it continues to hold this 287, 280 level. I just feel like there's a lot of upside here. Just feels like that. Just feels like it's kind of overdone. People are still wearing Lulu. I'm an investor that likes. I kind of see what people are using more than anything. Real world research, and then I compare that to the valuation of where we're at. And this just seems like it's a pretty decent spot to get in. To me, at least, this is something, I don't see us going back down to like COVID lows. Every time we've been in this area, we bounced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be the 7th time to bounce kind of in this range. You can see this. This is the Smart Money Concepts script. There's a ton of support in this range. I might take some options that are out about 6 months, maybe do a vertical spread, and maybe do like 320s and sell maybe the 360s out for maybe like December. All right, let's move on to the next one. I like this one long term. It's in the payment space. They're just really not getting going. This is more of one I'm looking to invest like long term, kind of in the like my retirement account. I like the stock. We're up a ton from the bottom here. It's one I have a small piece of. I was hoping to add more, but it's just something I want you guys to keep on your radar. I would not say this is a good spot to enter, but if you're in, you like it, like myself, it's something I'll continue holding. We got AppLovin. I like this company a lot. The issue is we're obviously up a ton. They had this solid consolidation. We broke out, and I am still riding a piece. If you like it, but yeah, I think we can possibly see 100. That's kind of where I was looking for. We were consolidating up here. I thought we'd end up breaking out, and then we put in this candle, and we kind of gave back a lot. So I'm seeing if we can consolidate again. If we can consolidate and break out, you might have a nice day trade here going into earnings. Earnings is right here. So you might get a push. I am not holding this past into earnings, but you might get an earnings push that would make for a pretty solid day trade. Here's a Buffett stock that I like. This just keeps going. Every time I want to get in on a pullback, I had the boat loaded at $8, and I ended up selling at $9.50. I literally thought I thought it was a great trade, and here we are at almost $13. I want you to put this on your radar. If this starts dipping significantly, this is one. As long as Buffett keeps holding, I would keep grabbing. This is another one. This is another Buffett stock. I am probably looking to add on this. I typically buy this around the 60s every time it comes down because it seems like every time it's come down into the 60s, I'm saying like 6D, you get a bounce. Um, I haven't held it, I haven't put a piece off to the side for long term. But if you look, we're consolidating in this area. I mean, look at this consolidation here, guys. We've basically been in the same area since April last year, and Buffett keeps adding to his position. This to me is one I am probably going to grab. It looks like we're rolling over a little bit, and we might come back down. So you might get it for like $3 cheaper. Um, this is one I'm definitely grabbing before the winter. Sometime between now and September, I will be adding this into my retirement fund and maybe some long-term options. I'm hoping that we could finally get the break out and maybe hit 80s or 90s. But I feel like he keeps adding for a reason, and I don't really need to know what that reason is because if he's adding, it's probably a good reason. Hims is one I've loved since freaking $5, $6. Um, they have that weight loss drug out. I think news came out negatively about it recently. Um, I've heard mixed reports. I heard the guy got sick off it. I also heard that he took too much. Um, I love Hims. Here's why I love Hims. Hims can just keep adding products. They have the user base, they have everything in play, and they could just keep adding products. There's nothing, they're set up to just keep on adding new things. And every time they add new things, their profits will just keep growing because they already paid for the subscriber. You got subscribers. The marketing is great. It's so easy if you used Hims. It's so easy to get anything you want. Um, to me, when I look at this chart, I'm going to need this to come down a little bit. I'm going to need it to come down. Interesting, I might take a first stab at, right here at the breakout point around 1725. And then ultimately, as the candles continue on, the 200 will keep coming up. And ultimately, I would love to see a 200 retest. And um, at that point, you'll see me get a solid position. Every time they do this, earnings for whatever reason, not this time, but they get a lot of pop and drops, past earnings. Um, yeah, I've been in this stock so many times. I've played it so many times. This is one of those I've loved. Um, yeah, I remember I was playing this all the way back here. I can't believe it got that low. But they have it's a solid plan. It's just a solid business plan. The whole thing is great. Uh, I am a fan of Hims long term. I just need it to come down a little bit. Um, Honeywell's starting to break out. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. Just if you look, kind of getting the Honeywell breakout. Is it something that I want to buy? I don't know. I'll probably watch options flow and see if we can get. Same thing with T, good old AT&T. I'll just draw it for you guys. You're pretty much getting a breakout, but at the end of the day, it's AT&T. So I think they got a dividend. Um, I'm I'm liking the chart. I don't know if I'm gonna play it. Nike. Nike was brought up on the stream a couple times. Nike just didn't do it. Not at all. Do I think? I think that was the largest percent drop that Nike's ever had. The 20% drop. COVID lows is at basically 60. Do I think we get down to 60? I mean, that would be, if we got down to 60, I feel like it would be interesting. I just feel like Nike needs to, I don't know, obviously they got the Jordan, they got like the sneakers, but the issue is these other sneaker companies are growing, which is taking market share away from Nike. You know, the Hokas, the On Runnings, the Canes, all these shoes are starting to take market share from Nike, and this is a reason why I do not want to own Nike currently. There's too many shoe companies that are coming out that are kind of eating into their bread and butter. Um, so to me, I would probably leave this alone. Would I play a bounce at 60? Probably. I'd probably buy 3 month out options if we got down to 60 and kind of see what happens. Just something that I don't think I want to be a piece of right now. The IWM. IWM is interesting, guys. Um, this is kind of looking like we're gonna scoop on up and maybe make a run. Um, you know, their rotation might be into the IWM because I kind of like this whole consolidation piece. We haven't really had the move up in here like we did on the Qs. I'm gonna bring up the Qs right now, and if you look, this whole year we started here and we're here. The IWM has just kind of been consolidating. Also, if you look, this is not the candle you want to see on the daily. We basically double topped right here, and the break of the double top would be if we got below 474, which would lead me to believe we'd probably see 464 at least, if not 460. But it's just interesting that the Qs are up so much and the IWM hasn't really gone anywhere, which kind of pushes me to think there might be a little rotation where the Qs kind of dip and we kind of hang out in this area for a little bit and the IWM takes a run. That definitely is not out of question. It's something I'll be watching. Um, Disney just filled the earnings gap here. That's interesting. We are down a ton from the last earnings gap. I see they had earnings here and gap right on down. Uh, Somebody brought up Disney. That's why I'm bringing it up. I think we can go lower on Disney. I'm not a huge Disney, like, it's going to take a lot to move Disney. Um, I'm kind of out on Disney currently. Somebody brought that up. Let me see, Airbnb. Okay, so here's something interesting. I actually I was reading about it and I just figured I'd bring it up to you guys. Airbnb. Let me see if I can just find it on my phone. It was very interesting. So Airbnb. So the guy is the Long Invest on Twitter, and he basically posted. It's interesting. Pre-COVID, they had revenue of 3.6 billion, negative profit margins of 0.5%, and they had free cash flow of 500 million. In 2024, their revenue is up 3x, which is 10.2 billion, positive profit margins of 48.2%, and free cash flow of 4.2 billion. The IPO price was 140, and today's price is 151. Obviously, it's undervalued. It's definitely undervalued. The problem that people I think, are getting with Airbnb is after COVID, like during COVID, it was hot. Everybody was buying. doing the Airbnb, and I think after COVID, it kind of obviously cooled off, as you could see, the share price cooled off. But I think the use of Airbnb kind of cooled off. I've seen some negative reports about people doing Airbnbs when they're like, hey, I could just do a hotel. I get better amenities. I get better, of a lot of things, everything that the hotel kind of provides. I think the price of Airbnbs has gone up, but I will say by the numbers, this looks like, I feel like it's just out of flavor with everybody, but um, once you get some good earnings and people start talking about it, I bet you that this could really go for a ride and kind of retest the highs. Um, is that bounce point here, or is this going to possibly roll over? I don't really have an answer. I do find the numbers to be very interesting. Um, you're at the 200 on the daily. I might take a stab at it. I might buy a vertical spread that's out probably 6 months maybe. Um, it's interesting. It's by the numbers, it's very undervalued, but that doesn't mean wasn't severely overvalued when it IPO'd. Um, but that's where I'm kind of sitting at right now. I wouldn't mind taking a stab at the 200 and kind of see what happens. And going from one quote unquote undervalued stock to one last one that I feel is definitely undervalued is our good old friend Alibaba. Alibaba is one of those that people just don't like. But I will say the numbers, obviously it's a Chinese stock, so you don't know what the numbers really are. And obviously geopolitical things come into play. I think if you took out that this was a Chinese stock, we would probably be rocking like 140, 150. I think the issue lies that it's a Chinese stock. But I mean, we're back. I mean, we're down. This to me is definitely undervalued at this point. The problem is, when is China going to get back going? Um, that's where I'm at. I mean, here's one of their ETFs. I mean, it's just getting smoked. Nothing I could say. China's just getting smoked. But once they come out of whatever they're doing, I think BABA is going to be a spot that I'm going to want to have my money in. I think you'd possibly get a double in the short term if China turns the Chinese stocks turn around. I might grab a quarter position where we're at. I might grab in my retirement like a quarter position, and then maybe if we hit around 60, 65, maybe grab another quarter or another half, and then just leave 25% out there for some other significant drop. But I just kind of feel like we're at that spot. Um, to me, it just kind of seems like we're gonna pinch out of this soon, and we're gonna explode out, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. So that's my thoughts. These are the stocks I'm watching going into this week. Every Sunday, I try to do this to kind of put some stocks on the radar. There's definitely other ones. You see my whole list on here. Like, here's one I absolutely love. I just don't know. I'm not getting it up here. I love Net. I'll just do a quick boom, boom, boom real quick. Net. Absolutely love this stock. Shopify is looking like it might be a spot that I might get some options here, maybe break this downtrend and pop. Um, PayPal's another one, like Baba, is not the flavor of the week. Um, it's very interesting down this low. I don't want to touch it because it seems like it's dead money, but I definitely leave it on my radar. Uh, DigitalOcean is always one I like. You know, solid company. Crocs I always take a look at. That's way too high. Not touching that one bit. I talked about TSM on a couple weeks ago. We were over here and we're up significant amount. Hope you guys banked. Uh, Tesla kind of broke out the other day. And then, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna review the rest of these. You can just add them if you want. Um, Being that the Qs put in that candle the other day, I'm kind of like, maybe I don't want to touch this. Maybe we have a little pullback. So I'm not adding really any new money unless the chart setup is really what I want. But I'd like to see a pullback at least to another 12 points down would be nice. But I would love to see us get about 30 points or so down and then start putting some real money to work. But yeah, that's my Sunday review of a couple stocks that I like. If you have any that you want me to look at, just comment on the video, and I'll see you guys on the stream. We stream every day, mostly in the afternoon. Be sure to subscribe to the video, and you'll get alert when I go live. All right, take it easy, guys.